Hello, Mike here again. Today we're going to look at MGB and we're going to look at the rear shocks and how to change those and how you can actually top them up if that's all you need to do. So this is the shock that I've taken off the car, and you will see it is extremely stiff to move. Here on the other hand is the replacement shock. So this is just one that's been reconditioned and serviced so that it's now as good as new, and you'll notice that the effort needed to move the shock is much less than that was. That's because this shock has been leaking, and it's been leaking through here, and the seal here is gone, which is quite a common fault. You've got a choice: you can recondition it yourself, or get a reconditioned one which isn't that expensive to do, and you do an exchange and send this one back. One other thing to note is this has got a plain top, which isn't actually the normal top for these. It should actually look like this, with a small screw on the top, because that screw you undo, it sits like this in the car, and that's how you actually fill it up. And I'll show you where you actually get at that to fill it up a little bit later on. So access is through the rear wheel arch, and here you'll see the link into the arm on the lever Armstrong. These are the bolts that go through. They actually show in the plans coming through from the other side, but when you put them through this way around, what you end up with is a nice clean face within the wheel arch. And I actually prefer that, and I actually think it's even better in terms of access for fitting, and slightly more difficult for taking it off, but certainly for fitting it, the access is much better if you do it this way round. But otherwise it's a fairly simple issue, other than you need a ball splitter to take the lever arm off from here, because otherwise you'll find that that joint is just too tight. You probably can work it off without, but with a splitter it's just so much easier to do. So I'll just drop the new one back in place. So here you can see the damper in situ and the various nuts and bolts that you need to get it. So when it comes to topping up the shocks, I showed you the little screw on the top that you use to top them up. Well, here is your access to the screw. So you come round to the back seat, you lift up the cover, and you see this little plastic cover here. If I just took the top off the plastic, then straight underneath that you would find that screw so that you can access it from above here, top it up, close everything off, and then you're